We got to get out of our own way. We have to get out of our own way. Hold up, let's check. I'm gonna make that personal. And if you listen to this, I want you to make it personal too. I want you to say, I have to get out of my own way. So that's what we're gonna do. Starting at right here now at the end of 2025 and going into the beginning of 2026, we're about to change the whole paradigm, the way we think, change our whole mind dynamic, we're just gonna shift things. And we're gonna be more kingdom minded, because when you realize that it's not about you and it is all about the kingdom and the mission that God has given us, then you move a little different. God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. It's that love that makes you do more than you would do. Okay, let's talk about it after this. A solid rock, not shifting sand. Truth over trends, yeah, we won't bend. Faith over fear, we rise again. We won't bow, we won't break or blend in. Against the grain, this fight we win. All right, let's talk about it. Let's get right into it. There's no need to try to mince words or try to figure out how this topic is going to go, because I just have to record. I am really, really struggling right now. And the biggest part of my struggle has been imposter syndrome. And I've been dealing with this for a very long time because of the call that God placed upon my life. I try to figure out, am I worthy to be what it is God called me to be? Am I doing what it is that God called me to do? And why am I qualified to do what it is that He's calling me to do? How are people going to receive me? How am I going to be viewed by those who know me? Am I going to look the part? Am I going to fit the part? Am I going to be eloquent? Am I going to be impactful? Am I going to be dynamic enough? All of these questions in my head that has been impeding my progress. And the more that I deal with it, God is yet pressing upon my heart even more that I know we say it all the time in church, that God doesn't call the qualified. He qualifies those that He calls. But that still doesn't change the fact that, like, right, even in the midst of this, it's still hard, but I'm doing it anyway. I look at stories in the Bible like Gideon, who thought that he wasn't good enough to do it. I look at Moses, who thought that he wasn't good enough to do it, do what it is that God called him to do. I looked at so many other examples in the Bible that people, when God called them to do what they were assigned to do, often questioned their assignment because they felt that they weren't qualified or weren't good enough. And God always had to bring them to a pivotal point or prove Himself to each and every one of them to show them that He was with them. And that's almost kind of where I am right now as well. I'm trying to keep from tempting God, trying to keep from pressing that show me button. You know what I mean? And I know I'm not the only one. I hope I'm speaking to someone out there right now who's just dealing with the whole idea that maybe I'm not good enough, or God, is that really you talking to me? Or is there something else that I could be doing right now? Or I just need to get started, or all of those things. And it's quite disheartening sometimes when you sit back and look at the time that you could have been doing something, but you wasted it, not on your purpose. And I'm telling you, it's heartbreaking sometimes. I'm actually very glad that I'm stepping outside of my comfort zone and actually speaking during this podcast. I actually plan on doing a whole podcast around this, but this is just the prequel to that. So if you're suffering from imposter syndrome, if you're suffering from just trying to figure out, is God really talking to you? Is God really calling me into this space? Is God really asking me to do something that to me seems so impossible? If that's you right now, then let's jump back into it on this whole podcast on imposter syndrome. I think I'm actually going to change the name of my podcast back to On the Anvil. I changed it to Against the Grain because I wanted us to have a more gritty, more raw view of what God is calling us to do in this season. But I really want us to focus on the fact that iron really does sharpen iron. And it takes a whole group of us to be what it is God called us to be. No man is an island. And like Proverbs 27:17 says, as iron sharpens iron, so a brother sharpens the countenance of his brother. Now, I may have mangled that a little bit, but it basically says that we need each other if we're going to grow, because we have to challenge each other. We have to push each other. We have to sometimes rub up against each other and pause. And sometimes sparks fly when we do it. But the whole point of it is to grow us, and it is to make us better, and is to make us into the tools and instruments that God needs for kingdom building. And it is no strange chance or coincidence that any of us are here in this space right now. But if you believe that the steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, just like the Bible says, then we're going to be great, because hopefully and prayerfully you're going to sharpen me and I'm going to sharpen you. And the only thing that's stopping us right now is the inhibitions in our minds. The only thing that's keeping us from moving forward right now are the things that, we're telling ourselves that we're not strong enough. We're telling ourselves that we're not qualified. We're telling ourselves that we need X, Y, and Z. I mean, you can buy all the tools in the world. You can buy everything that you think you need. I'm going to tell you, I'll give you an example. All right. So before I started this podcast, I said, oh man, I need a great lighting setup and camera setup. I need a Rodecaster Pro 2 so that I can program all of my things in this. I need the Shure SM7Bs. When I do it, I said, I'm going to step out there and I'm going to look polished and professional. But look, as you see right now, some of my podcasts are on video. Some of my podcasts are straight audio. I mean, I'm just saying. So I could buy all the tools in the world. I mean, I bought 2 audio interfaces. I bought a mixer. I bought a couple of microphones. As a matter of fact, I think I have like 6 or 7 different microphones. And the microphone I'm using right now is the cheapest one out of all of them. This microphone cost me $35, if that. And that's the one that I'm using to record this podcast with. And it is fantastic. It's phenomenal. And even though I bought all of those tools, even though I bought all of those things, it did not motivate me or inspire me to get out there, because the whole thing, it was the chains that I placed on my own mind that were holding me back. So you're about to see a whole new Uncle G out here. I promise you, you're about to see a whole new guy out here. We're about to get out here and do it. We're going to change lives for the kingdom, because God has called us into something so much greater than ourselves. And we got to get out of our own way. We have to get out of our own way. Hold up, let's check. I want to make that personal. And if you're listening to this, I want you to make it personal too. I want you to say, I have to get out of my own way. So that's what we're going to do. Starting right here now at the end of 2025 and going into the beginning of 2026, we're about to change the whole paradigm, the way we think, change our whole mind dynamic, we're just going to shift things. And we're going to be more kingdom minded, because when you realize that it's not about you and it is all about the kingdom and the mission that God has given us, then you move a little different. God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. It's that love that makes you do more than you would do. Almost like a mother who would put herself at risk, or a father that would put himself at risk to save his child. A father that would go out there and work hard day in and day out to provide for his family, even though it hurts and pains him, even though he's tired and whatnot. It's love that makes you do that. It's not because you feel like doing it. So let's operate from a different perspective. Let's operate from a perspective of love and a power that God gave you, and a sound mind telling the devil he's a lie. I am good enough to do what I'm called to do. I am good enough to talk this talk. I am good enough to walk this walk. I am good enough. I'm strong enough. I have all the resources. I can do everything, because the Bible already tells me that I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. And if God be for you, and he is, tell me who can be against you. This is Uncle G. I promise you, I love each and every one of you like you my own nephews. I promise you. And we're going to do better. Hold up. I keep saying we. I'm going to do better. And I'm going to do everything I can to support all of my good nephews out there. All right. Love you all. Have a great evening.
Okay, we've just listened to another episode of the Against the Grain podcast with your host, Uncle G. If you found this encouraging, please share it, like it, comment, subscribe, and check back next week for the next episode of Against the Grain. And until then, like I said before, love you, and we're going to be better.
A solid rock, not shifting sand. Truth over trends, yeah, we won't bend. Faith over fear, we rise again. We won't bow, we won't break or blend in. Against the grain, this fight we win.